Hello, werewolf fanatics. It is your host with the most, Benjamin Dutel, with the Horror Heathen YouTube channel and the South Jersey Horror Podcast. Today, I have two very special guests with me, Brian Ceponis and, did I say your last name right? I butchered it. Okay, thank goodness. And Christina Krakowski. Did I say your last name right? Okay.
You got it. Two for two.
My last name gets butchered all the time. I feel bad if I do it. So I'm like, God damn it. It happens every time. So, and we're going to talk about their roles in the movie Wolf Hollow, which is a fantastic movie. I loved every single second of it. The dialogue was perfect. The werewolf transitions were perfect. The acting was phenomenal. And I loved every single moment. One of the best werewolf movies I've seen in a long time. Unfortunately, Lucas Dunaway cannot be here today to join us. Kind of breaks my heart a little bit, but I'm sure he has other matters to attend to, and I'm not going to hold that against him. So, anyway, a little background on you, Brian. So, from what I got from IMDb, and I'm hoping this is correct, because sometimes the internet is only 90% correct, and if I say the wrong information, it makes me look really stupid.
Come on, if it's on the internet, it's true.
So, I'm hoping. So if you hear something wrong, say, stop. That's not right. So, so before you becoming an actor, you had a couple of different professions. First, you worked in financial services industry and went on to play professional volleyball in Europe. And
Yes.
we were noting your jersey in the back behind you, which is fucking fantastic, by the way. How you have it glassed in. I loved it. You then retired from pro volleyball in 2004, moved to Los Angeles to pursue acting full time. You spent 11 years working in Hollywood, adding a slew of credits to your name. I like how they add slew. That's great. It's a good word. Good word drop. I love it. In 2015, your career shifted to the East Coast, and currently living in Pittsburgh. Are you a Steelers fan?
You kind of have to be.
I'm not going to judge you if you are, because I'm a Steelers fan too. It's okay.
No, I'm more of a Penguins fan, but I'm definitely a Steelers fan.
Okay. I live in New Jersey, and people will ask me, do you follow the Eagles? Not really, more of a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So.
There you go.
You have since worked on numerous films and television shows. In 2019, you co-founded Red Slate Films and have taken on additional roles of producer, director, editor, and writer. Do you have any awards you could brag about real quick?
I've got a couple sitting on my desk. There's like a best actor one here.
Oh, congratulations. That's awesome.
Best director one here, and there's a couple hanging on my wall. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but you put me on the spot there, and yes, I have them on my desk. My desk is littered with. I've got my little Bart Funko Pop here too from college, so that's on my desk also. But Benjamin, that was spot on, dude. There was good.
Hey, we got Christina Krakowski, raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You came from a family of 5. Oh my goodness. You are the youngest of 3 siblings, predominantly of Polish and Cuban descent. That is an interesting mix. I want to learn more about that. As a child, you picked up acting as a hobby, performing in community theater and school plays. You briefly attended the Art Institute for Graphic Design, but once the school closed, you went on to study acting. I commend you for that. That's awesome. That's great. You studied in and around Pittsburgh, participating in various classes and workshops, and then went on to star in short films, commercials, and independent feature films. You are known for your role as Alex Romero in Wolf Hollow and Becca Engel in Massacre Academy. In 2022, you created your first award-winning short film, Extinguished, and received the Best Woman in Film Care Award for your contributions to the industry. Now living in the hot and humid Atlanta, Georgia, where you continue to work in film industry as an actor, writer, and director. Thank you two for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. And congratulations on your award, Christina. That's phenomenal. It's a big achievement. Both of you, big achievements for any award. I wish I could say the same myself, but I don't have any awards.
Well, thank you for having us, first of all. But Christina's her film was tremendous. It was
the only awards I have are from the military.
That's a word.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah,
appreciate that. So Wolf Hollow, phenomenal movie. I enjoyed it. So I I brought this up with Camara, Lucky Steve, right? That's his name in the movie.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so with his Arnold Schwarzenegger lines, his one-liners got me laughing so hard
Yeah.
because I picked it up immediately. It's like, I'm 44 years old. Of course I'm gonna pick that up.
Absolutely.
So Brian, if you could tell us a little bit about your role in the movie Wolf Hollow, if you don't mind.
I played Bart. Bart's kind of the head of the clan there in Wolf Hollow, and Christina ends up bringing her troop to my haunted attraction. We're struggling a little bit to get money, and she brings her troop, and my brother comes back and wants to have a way to help me get some money, and I'm like, okay, great. But then all hell breaks loose because my wife is not very happy with things, and things just kind of go south from there. But it was really cool to be able to play kind of the alpha male, so to speak, of the family, and ultimately the werewolf, and yeah, it's just fun playing horror movies.
I noticed how your werewolf transition was different from the others. In the movie.
I kind of had that interim step with the werewolf transition, which I thought was really cool. I know Mark had that idea to do that, and I thought it came off really well. The prosthetic we had for that was amazing. It just worked really well, and it was really cool how we had done that bit of a transition where I started changing and kind of do that interim step, and then I don't turn into the full wolf until the end, after everything's all really gone to hell, and then the full Bart comes out.
They've gone to hell. I love it. For lack of better description, I guess. I don't know.
It pretty much sums it up. It just all gone to hell, and now Bart's got to come in and try and save it all and fix it and wreak havoc. So,
Christina, your character in the movie was very interesting to watch.
Thank you.
I did focus on your character a lot because you did play a significant role. So please, if you don't mind telling the audience what your character and what she has to do with the movie.
Absolutely. So I played Alex Romero, and she was the producer who was supposed to be leading, her scout through her production group through the scout, until Beth kind of took over, and then next thing they know, they're getting chased by werewolves, and it was fun. It was bloody. It was just nonstop action between just different characters and everyone, everything going on. We had a really great time filming it, for sure.
And then you're the one trying to keep the whole group together too, which is
yeah.
no pressure, but
yeah, exactly. Because I think so for my character, it's kind of like her first time filling these shoes of being a producer on like a real, big time set for her. So she kind of started with the pressure of this production, and then she was like, oh gosh, like now it's life or death, now it's really trying to keep everybody not just together, but keep everybody alive, basically.
So Brian, when it comes to your role, how were you selected? Did you audition, or did Mark like, I want this big tall guy to be in charge of the haunt? So.
Well, height definitely helps. Being 6'5", it's like, oh, we got this nice big tall werewolf. Actually, I worked with Mark and Christina on Massacre Academy before we had done Wolf Hollow, and just things went really well with that. And Mark, we were talking about the Wolf Hollow script and everything as we were doing Massacre, and this is something we want to do. So he had kind of brought me on board to the project coming off of Massacre Academy. Like I said, height was definitely a helpful factor of that, but just because everything went well with that, and he knew what we could do in terms of with the characters and the wolves, it just was a natural flow from Massacre into Wolf Hollow.
And Christina, I'm assuming the same thing happened to you. Just like you knew Mark and Brian. And
yeah, it was essentially just kind of a carryover thing. We had such a great time filming Massacre that we just kind of started Wolf Hollow. It was right at the end of Massacre we started talking about it, and then next thing I know, Mark has this script written for it, and I was like, wow, like, don't you ever sleep? Like he is like a machine. He works so quickly and efficiently, but he really nailed it with this one for sure. Both the projects.
I love that when they bring in characters from other movies and each other. Yeah. And it's like, hey, I know a good person who played this role better than who you had picked for that role.
It's like that instant. It gives you that instant chemistry and instant easiness on set. And yeah, I mean, Mark, first of all, he's awesome person to work with. He's like a filmmaking force of nature. Man, it's so talented. And the script he wrote for Wolf Hollow, you know, you watched it, you see the lines and everything that came out of that. It's just phenomenal what he had done, and it's so easy to work with him. So obviously, anytime he says, "Hey, you want to do this?" I'm like, "Hell, yeah!" It's not even a question. It's more like a statement. You're going to do this. I'm like, "Yeah, of course I'm going to do that."
So have you two actually seen the movie? Have you guys watched it yet?
What?
Yes.
Yeah, Wolf Hollow. Have you guys watched it yet?
Yeah, we had our premiere.
Yeah, a number of times. Yeah, seen it a lot.
I know that I talked to Mark. We've been corresponding back and forth on Instagram, and he is going to be attending the Media Fright Fest in Media PA.
Yes,
I'm gonna be there as well.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Yes, I'm gonna be there vending and doing a raffle for some stuff like that. And I'm not sure who else is gonna be showing up for the movie.
I have to see how my schedule shakes out. I'm thinking about coming if I can. I'm gonna try and make it out there. I know we're going out to because it's screening at the Smod Castle in New Jersey in a couple of weeks. So I'm heading out for that, the Kevin Smith's Theater out in New Jersey, which is going to be kind of cool. And then we got into the media one. So hopefully I can make it to the media one too. We'll see.
That's fantastic. I hope to see you guys there. I really do.
That'd be great.
So, Christina, you're I'm trying to think of a question here. I've lost my train of thought.
You're good.
So you were brought in. Did you have to audition as well, or did you just knew right away that you're gonna be picked because you worked on these guys before?
Yeah, so I was fortunate. I actually didn't have to go through the audition process for this film in particular. I think kind of like the work shown on Massacre was enough for Mark to see and get an idea of, yeah, this is what I'm looking for this character. We did have a lot of conversations of building, Alex, and we would go back and forth on different drafts and things to make sure that we were on the same page of, who is this character here.
So was it hard playing Alex? It's like the person trying to get the whole group together.
It was definitely like different. It definitely tested my range in a lot of ways because on Massacre Academy, I played a character who was a little more timid through a lot of the production. And then she did, have her moments. But for Alex, it's a roller coaster, just like in the way that we filmed it, we kind of filmed it backwards. So we actually started with a lot of the higher emotional days and then kind of worked our way down. So it was a lot going into set and just like, oh my gosh, having to already be up here through the chaotic scenes and the emotional scenes and things like that. But I'm really honestly grateful for it and loved being pushed. Like I love challenges when it comes to that.
I got to say that it was cool, Benjamin, real quick, just watching Christina go from, like she said, the character in Massacre, which was not as strong as the character Alex in Wolf Hollow, and then coming in and just nailing Alex. She just took that by the bull by the horns on that. It was so much fun to watch. She was like, "Oh, look at that, Christina."
Thanks, Brian.
It's like, stop it.
Yes, stop it. Keep going.
You guys.
I only speak the truth. Come on now. I'm not going to, but it's true. It was nice to see that difference between the characterizations that she had in Massacre Academy and Wolf Hall and really nail both of them.
So when it came doing the makeup for the alpha werewolf guy, was it a painstaking process or was it really easy to put the prosthetics on?
No, it was super easy. The costume, it was really cool, well designed. Like it was leggings with hair and then a shirt and then this prosthetic body piece and then the head and some gloves, and it wasn't a process at all. The funny thing was I played Bigfoot a few months before Wolf Hollow with this custom designed yak hair Bigfoot suit, which was like in June. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. But it was great. And then going to the wolf was so much easier. I'm like, oh, this is actually nicer. It's not as hot. So, and we shot a lot of stuff at night too. So it wasn't the werewolf's not out much in the day. So it was a lot of night stuff. So it wasn't too bad at all. It was easy to put on.
There was one character, another actor in the movie that I recognized, Spencer Martinez or Spencer Madison.
Spencer,
and I was able to interview her before when she was the main character for the movie Demons Within. So and I was able to attend that premiere as well as a special guest, and I absolutely loved it. But anyway, that was a while ago. So Felissa Rose, you guys got to work with her, big name in horror. So what was that like to work with her, Christina?
I love working with her. Felissa, I didn't get to work with her directly for acting in Massacre Academy, but that's where I met Felissa actually. And I didn't know what to expect, you know, like I had no idea. I hadn't worked with someone who's made such like a strong name in like the horror industry specifically, but just like in film. And she's the biggest sweetheart ever. I just remember her energy is like contagious. Basically, she comes in every day. She has such a great attitude. She was super sweet, but it was funny because her character, you know, she had a lot of like mood swings and was kind of like she could be kind of mean sometimes. So it was so funny to see her going from this really nice, sweet, you know, woman to like this almost, you know, deranged, like all over the place emotionally. And I just remember like hearing her rehearse sometimes, and you would just hear her screaming, just like cussing all over the place at, you know, my co-star Noah or Brian or just whoever. And it was just the best thing, honestly. Oh my gosh. And also Lynn Lowry was great to work with as well too.
If I ever heard Felissa rehearsing her roles and yelling, I'm like, what the fuck is going on there?
You okay?
Yeah.
Do you need a glass of wine or something?
On set. Yeah.
So for any of you, were there any scenes that were too difficult to film? Like of course you're in the woods, it's an austere surrounding. And were there any scenes that you can say that particularly were very hard to film?
Did you have any, Brian?
No, I wouldn't say difficult. We had things that were a little more complex, I guess. Like the bonfire scene at the beginning. There's a lot of moving parts with that just made it a little more complicated. I know the one day we were shooting in there's a there's like a maze, that would go through. And they wanted to pump some smoke in there because they wanted to make it creepy. And I don't know what they were using. Like there was like flared. I'm like, I'm in this wolf suit and there's smoke and I'm like dying. Like I'm choking to death. Like I can't breathe. I mean, but if that's the extent of it, like, oh my God, terrible day on set. I almost died. Big deal. But no, it wasn't that bad. It actually, nothing was, Mark runs a really smooth set. And the thing about that, his films is he's so prepared with everything. So you come on set, you do what you need to do, and we're done early all the time. So we're motoring, we get the shots, and we're out. It's not like you're sitting there like, oh man, it's a 14-hour day. No, we're done early. We're out of there, and we get everything we need, and we're moving on. Everybody's having a good time, and it looks great. So it's no, I didn't have any. Christina, did you have any?
I'm not like nothing that's like the actual set like issues like or anything like that. I would say like the quote unquote like hardest things were like, so we shot a lot of it in an RV, and that's like
oh wow,
I wasn't there for any of that.
He wasn't in the RV, so he did not like have to deal with the RV stuff. So
Nope.
it was the middle of July. And we were in this RV. It was not on. There was no air conditioning in it. And so the RV was in a warehouse too. So it was a hot box and a hot box, basically. So our sweat was like super real. Like we were hot in there. There was like 6 of us, 8 of us at a time, especially during some of the more intense scenes. Like we were dying in there, like with the heat. But it honestly, it worked, and it just added another realness level to the film of like, okay, we're actually feeling this. So I would say that. I would say there's another specific scene.
What scene would that be, Christina? I wonder.
Where I took a really nice bloodbath. That was another scene with a lot of like moving parts to it. But I wouldn't even say that was hard. It was just memorable. And then I would say there's another very I do actually.
Did you say mudbath?
No, bloodbath. There was a bloodbath. Okay. Yes.
You gotta fill them in on the details of what the bloodbath.
I will say that it contained. There was real pig intestines soaked in 6 gallons of blood made up that bloodbath scene.
Thanks, Mark.
Well, that was so that was the first scene he came to when he talked to me about this character. He said, I really have this vision. I want to do this. I love you. I'm sorry, but like I want to douse you in this. But he took the same hit afterwards. That was like our last day of filming. I got to dump it right back onto him. So, you know, we were even. So that was that. And then there really wasn't too many things that were like really like wrenching. I would say like there's a very emotional scene towards the end where I was really pushed to, you know, get in that range of emotion and just, you know, really just grieve and feel everything. And we did that take many times. But it turned out great, and everything like was in wellness for the project. So I'm always for it. I'm like, just get the shot. Like, just whatever you got to do, get it. And we did.
I'm sorry. If I'm feeling in an RV that's closed off in a hot warehouse, I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop breathing, okay, for like 5 minutes. Because the humidity's getting worse if you keep breathing, okay?
We would run in and out of there between takes.
And the pig's blood are like, hey, Mark, you seen Carrie, right?
Yeah, like it was so crazy because we were thinking about it. We were like, yeah, we could just use like fake guts and stuff, and we were like, nah, like it's just gonna add an extra, that realness that we really wanted to capture, and that grossness too. Like it's hard to replicate like pig intestines and stuff like that. Like if we can get it for real and just shoot it, like it was great. But the taste of it, I can't.
No. I can't gallons and gallons of Listerine. I'm sorry.
Yeah, oh my goodness, what a day.
So sorry I missed that RV. I really am. And you know,
I'm sure.
Big time props though for Mark for he's like, if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And so same treatment with the blood and the pig on him too.
Yeah, fuck that. Pig blood, no, not happening. I'm sorry. I draw the line of pig blood.
You're on your own.
I have to brush my teeth like 80 times, and like 80 gallons of Listerine is nasty.
I can't watch that scene without gagging. You always know where I am in the theater because you'll hear me.
Oh, there's Christina. She's gagging in her mouth back there.
Running towards the back.
Yeah.
You all right? Want a glass of water?
Anyway. So are there any behind the scenes secrets you could tell really quick before our time is up about the movie?
Brian?
No, not loud, or can you?
Well, you know, I played both werewolves, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think. Hold on. I mean, I don't know. Both werewolves?
Because there's two. There's Evie, my wife. So Felissa was only on set for a certain time, so I actually had to play her werewolf as well as Bart Werewolf. So played
okay.
A little behind the scenes baseball there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so there are two different werewolves. There's the gray one, which is Bart, and there's the brown one, which is Evie, that does a lot more of the killing, and then Bart comes at the end and does fight with his brother. All the Evie werewolf stuff is me.
Yeah. You killed it too. It was great. Like literally, but like
So anything, Christina, you can spill behind the scenes secrets?
I would say, see, this is the issue, because sometimes I will just not stop spilling things. I will just sit here.
We got about 4 minutes. Make it quick.
You got to get it out, Christina.
I would say the only thing I can really say is the haunted hayride that we shot on is a real like Halloween attraction. Like people can go to it and experience it, and it's a hayride. So you ride through it, but if you want to see the actual like set, you can go. It's in North Wales and Pennsylvania, and that's where we shot it all. So you can go there during Halloween time and actually experience what we did. Yeah,
I'm gonna throw that out just for the hell of it, because hey, y'all can see a cool movie scene or where the movie shot. Go to this place.
Go to Pittsburgh.
That's actually one of my hobbies, is to visit movie film locations. So my favorite one so far is in Toms River, New Jersey. It's where they filmed the movie Amityville. So what they did, they reconstructed a house down there to look like the Amityville house in Amityville.
Nice.
And they just kept it that way. And once I found out, I was like, honey, I'm going for a drive. 2 hours later, I head to Toms River. I'm taking pictures like crazy.
Why not? It's right there.
Right.
I was like, this is where they shot Amityville 1 and 2. I'm going to go see it, goddammit. Anyway.
See the house with the eyes in it.
I know, you walk up to you can't walk the driveway, of course, it's prior part of no trespassing. But you see in the house, I'm like, holy shit, this is creepy as hell. So yeah. But my most memorable one is seeing the house where they filmed The Exorcist. So that was like big fanboy moment for me. I loved every single minute of it. I even knocked on the door so I can get a tour on the inside, and the day is like, hell no, getting off my property.
Get out of
Fine.
here.
I was like, damn it. Okay.
At least you tried, though. Fair
I
enough.
did. I'm a very persistent person. I don't care. I'll do whatever it takes to get what I need to get done. So
What's the word you get? A no. Maybe you shoot at you. You get a no.
anyway, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, Christina and Brian. I enjoyed talking to you very much. It was a very fun interview. And I hope I get to see you September 30th at the Media Fright Fest.
That'd be great.
That'd be fucking
Yeah.
phenomenal if I get to see both of you. So I wish
Thanks
you
for
nothing
having
but the best in your careers.
Appreciate it.
And I'm tracking you both on IMDb.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Thank you so much, and have a wonderful weekend. I really appreciate everything you do.
Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you.